get back to it here, and we will go back to Dean being in the spotlight here. It's really nice seeing him.
Yes, it is, and I just wanted to know that I'm a subscriber of his, and I've missed his videos, and it'll be nice when he's able to start making them again when he gets the new shop up and running.
Yep, he will.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, guys.
Yeah, we really missed you, Dean.
Kind of like a Pimple prom night, Dean.
There you go. I knew I had one friend on here who wouldn't let me down.
I know, right? Got all the ice.
Well, we all know Dane's smart, eh?
Exactly.
Well, of course. Now I had to sit there and I had to decipher whether or not Dale was having a dyslexic moment. Was he trying to say Dean or was he trying to say Dane?
Dane.
I was trying to say Dane, but old age gets me once in a while.
No, it's all right.
All once
on
in a
you,
while,
Dale.
but never admit it.
Right. So, Sue, you've been back home in Florida for a week now. How's it feel?
It feels unbelievably freaking wonderful. That's how it feels.
That's awesome.
I'm getting back in the groove. I see the doctor after Labor Day, but I either sprained or sprained both my arms.
How'd you do that?
Trying to go up those old-fashioned stairs.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say, going up them stairs up there, huh?
And that house was built in 1910 when there was no code to stairs.
Right. Yeah,
So
it's not ADA compliant.
Yeah. So it's actually, I think there's 7.5-inch risers going upstairs, but you got 8 stairs, a landing, and then another 8 stairs just so you can go to the bathroom.
Wow.
And
wow.
Yeah.
You definitely get your steps in.
Yeah, basically. And then
if you don't have bad hips, you will have bad hips.
Yeah, I kind of do. But anyways, the basement, my dad, I was like 5 or 6 when dad redid the basement stairs, so they're only like 6-inch risers, thank God. But still in all, the whole thing is awful. I don't know how she makes it in that house. But yeah.
I've seen some of those old houses with 10-inch risers.
Oh yeah, it's
and narrow. It's
Yeah, my brothers took over my aunt's house in California, and to go up into the attic, they're narrow, and they're about 10-inch risers, and it's awful trying to get up and down there. I'm never going to see this attic again.
If you've ever been to Thomas Jefferson's house, Monticello in Virginia, he was not a fan of wasting space on stairs either. His stairs are all built that way. They're like 5 feet wide, 3 feet wide or something, and 8-inch or 9-inch risers. It's crazy.
Yep.
Over in Holland, the stairs are pretty much, they're all spiral and they're all like damn near straight up and down.
Ooh.
And it's ittle bitty space. It might be.
Oh my goodness.
It might be 38 inches, but darn near straight up and down.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Hey Doug, show your face instead of just this black screen.
Well, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, I'm laying here in my bed in just my drawers. So I don't know if you guys are going to see that.
We're not asking to see that much of you.
Yeah.
The rest of us may be doing the exact same thing.
That's okay, Doug. Leave it off.
We're good, Doug.
Listen, Dean just came back. I don't want to scare the man away.
I just got the visual of him being in that damn bikini from 4 years ago. It finally went away about a year ago, and now it's back again.
Don't bring that up again. He'll do it again.
Damn it. Well, hey, if I got to see it, now y'all got to think about it too.
I got to say, I didn't realize until SWAT, after I met him, that Gary Hales is a long-haired hippie.
Oh, well, I knew that.
I didn't.
Yeah, I tried to tell him I was in the toupee business. I had enough to share.
Right? Shit, I'd
I
still
only
be
bring
sporting
that
my
up out
long
of,
hair too if I could grow it.
I only bring that up out of jealousy.
Right? I know.
Only reason I grew it out because all my rowdy friends had either gone bald or
There you go.
Right?
He's going.
I thought he was gonna start.
there.
I thought he was gonna start singing a little Hank Jr. right there. All my rowdy friends have settled down. He's still out partying.
Amen to that.
Ooh.
God, you guys are getting crazy tonight.
You know, we got
Yeah, oh, you think tonight's bad, Brenda? You should have been with us Friday and Saturday.
Oh, I wish
yeah.
I would have.
I wish I was. Yes.
Were things a little alcohol fueled?
A little, not a whole lot. Not bad.
But they're just naturally this crazy.
It was. Yeah, we had a great time. It was a lot of fun.
We didn't need alcohol to be crazy.
Right.
Right?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
When you got a bunch of good lads and ladies together, you don't need booze to have a great time. That's for sure.
If I must say, the greatest thing about going to SWAT was knowing all you folks before I got there. And when I got there, I already knew you. So it was like family being there. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
So did Worldwide have the consortium on people who knew people when y'all got there?
Well, nobody had to introduce themselves to everybody.
No,
we already knew each other.
Right, but I mean, as a collective, for Worldwide, were you guys the group?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like for what everybody says, we seriously represented.
What it looked like from the pics. I got a lot of good pics. Kelly was sending me pics. Tim Hatch was sending me pics and keeping me updated on everything. And then of course, what Joaquin was posting and Billy was posting online. I mean, it was great.
We had 3 big
tables. Tear in my eye on Friday when one of the comments that was made to me, and really wished I could have been there with y'all.
Yep. Joaquin,
we took up 3 big tables in the dining room.
Yep.
Bet.
It's great.
Sign behind you, Billy.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I put that there just for tonight.
Oh, it's got the level up sign behind him. Yeah.
Yeah, it sure does.
I do. I put that up there just for tonight.
Billy, who did the artwork and print work on that? Because it's great.
Eddie did it.
Eddie's daughter had it made.
Oh, really?
I think she did the graphic work on it.
Yeah, I think that's what
it's
nice.
very professional for those of y'all that didn't see it at SWAT.
Yes,
right back, you guys.
I bet it generated quite the buzz.
Oh yeah,
well, Eddie sat out in the lobby with it behind him. He was right beside it, out in the lobby.
Right.
Got a lot of advertising.
Wow.
Yeah, I still haven't received an email on it, but
and
plenty of time.
I got given a fistful of business cards and gave every one of them out and ran out and was needing more.
Well, you should have asked. I would have given you more.
Well, I didn't run into you at that point, and then I forgot.
I was handing stacks of them to everybody that I thought would give them out.
All the stickers that I put down on my gallery table, somebody picked them up, so I was happy about that.
Yep.
Did you guys stick any stickers on lathes?
I didn't. I wasn't demonstrating.
Hey, I tagged the front end and the back end of my mobility cart, my mobility scooter. They knew who I was coming and going.
There you go. That's awesome.
Night, Brenda.
Good night, guys.
Night, Brenda.
Good night, Brenda.
Good
night,
night,
Brenda.
Brenda.
Gotta get going too. So, Dean, did you grab my phone number in the comments?
Yeah, I took a snapshot of it.
All right.
Oh,
So
Brenda?
I'm usually getting home around on a good day, 4:30 Arizona time. And
Brenda?
then
6:30 Texas.
yeah,
Before
so
you leave, I need to be honest with you. If you can highlight my view here.
Oh my
Ow.
goodness. A
Uh,
bunch of stitches.
I lost concentration and drug my finger into my table saw. And 22 stitches later, inside and out.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it still looks
Okay,
like
put
a
it down.
thumb,
Quit
though.
showing it. Damn.
Yeah, it hurts.
Oh,
You make sure you post that on the website. Get on the list.
Man.
Gary, that made my sack draw up.
Hey, I was at SWAT with that. I just had it covered up with a Band-Aid.
I'm glad you did.
I kept wanting to ask you about it, but I didn't.
Oh,
hey, I will tell you this, in case you didn't get this information, in case they didn't give you this information at the ER that night, when it comes to taking care of that wound, this is really, really important. You need to make sure you keep that thing dirty. And when it starts to heal, it's going to itch. You need to pick at it.
You're
and
right.
then when you do that, you will get a really cool scar. Okay?
Right.
Dig scar. Don't be doing none of that. Keep it clean stuff and wrapped up. No, you get out there in the shop with that thing open.
We've left it uncovered as much as we possibly could.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, tonight after the meeting, I'm going to go pull out about half the stitches because they're ready.
They're ready. Yeah.
It was 2 weeks ago Sunday when I did it.
Wow.
Off your table saw?
Yeah, I was cutting some thin stock, and I fired up. And on the very first cut, I said, "Oh, I gotta have a push stick. This is too thin." I turned to the right to get my push stick, and I never did get to it. When I turned to the right, that left hand drifted, and it drifted into the edge of the table saw.
Dang.
Is that weed eater? Is that weed eater and pole saw like a decoration in the living room? Like, do you have those actually hanging from the wall like decorations in your living room?
What's that?
Behind you.
The weed eater and electric pole saw behind you.
No, I'm in my office. I'm out in my office. I
was wondering the same thing, Gary.
Saw and a whole bunch of stuff back there.
I mean, that's a new way to clean the carpets, I guess. We don't need no vacuum cleaner. We got a weed whacker in the house.
Yeah, we got a weed whacker in the house. Yeah, I'm out in my outside office area where my CNC machine is.
What is that black thing over your left shoulder?
Oh, let me look and see. Black thing over my left shoulder.
Oh, okay, maybe it's your right shoulder.
My right shoulder.
Your other left.
Okay, your other left.
Well, my problem is I can't see. Highlight me for a sec.
You
Your
are.
hand. Okay, turn
where I can
turn
see
the other
what
way.
they're saying.
Turn the other way. That thing.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my CNC machine. It's got stuff piled on it right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now I see. Okay.
Gotcha.
Nice.
That's my CNC machine and my freezer and bug poison and weed eater paddle from down in the Amazon from a trip.
Goodness.
Numerous items.
I was hoping that was actually your living room because I've never seen anybody decorate their wall with a weed eater.
Yeah.
I'll have to run that by my wife, see what she thinks of that.
That is taking redneck to a whole new level. I got my gun on the wall. I got my weed eater on the wall.
You
got my 5-point buck on the wall.
Hey, now let's wait about rednecks because under my carport right now I got a freezer, a refrigerator, a toilet, and a shower.
That's awesome. You're outside the people.
where's the damn couch? Or the recliner? You're missing something.
Like I said, I've been tearing stuff out of this house. I told the wife, I said, we're going to be the #1 rednecks in East Texas. She wouldn't let me plant flowers in the toilet, so I don't know.
Oh, that's what you do with the bathtub, Dean, is plant flowers in the old cast iron bathtub.
Yeah, she wasn't going for that either.
You plant a whole darn garden in a bathtub.
Well, she just, no sense of humor there, I tell you.
Plant vegetables in the bathtub.
Up here in Wisconsin, they turn them on end and then they put an angel inside of them.
There you go.
Hey, Dean, I want to know where your washer and dryer is at, and that'll define whether or not you're a true hillbilly / redneck.
Well, actually, the washer and dryer is sitting out under the carport right now, too.
Well, it should be sitting up on the porch beside the rocking chair. That's a big in trouble.
Yeah, I just emptied the utility room Saturday, so all of that stuff's out there, too. That's going to be what I'm doing this week. I stripped all the paneling off the wall because she wanted the shiplap to show. So
she's been watching Chip and what's her face.
Oh, yes, she has. So I pulled that off of the utility room. So we got one wall of Dutch lap, 3 walls of shiplap, and now I got to go in and paint all that.
Mercy mine.
Well,
have fun with that.
Sprayer.
Well, I bet your neighbors just love you.
Well, the good news is it's about 100 yards to my sister's house.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
And that's about the only neighbor we have out here because we're in the middle. This was the house my grandfather built for his family.
Right.
So I'm right in the middle of our blueberry farm.
Okay. Yeah. I remember you telling me it was your grandfather's place that you were going to refurb.
Yeah, it really.
Cool, that's nice.
The house didn't need that much. We just needed to put a roof on it, siding, new windows, and the inside.
Yeah, the foundation was good, right?
Well, not exactly. We had to have that leveled too.
Other than that, it was perfect.
I told the wife, I said, for what we've spent on this, we could have built a house.
Too much.
Okay, you sitting in a hammock, Sue?
Yeah, it's my porch swing. My favorite spot.
Well, good.
You're not going to fall out if you drink too much, are you?
So is this?
I'm not drinking water.
Is this the other Sue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Sue.
Hi, Sue. And
it actually looks comfortable, Sue.
I love it. My granddaughter actually falls asleep in it.
Does she?
Yeah.
It's my spot.
I bet grandma can fall asleep in it too.
I have been known to do that. Yes.
Yeah, you resemble that comment, right?
Yeah, I resemble that too.
I certainly do.
Yeah, we all do.
Exactly.
Oh shit.
True.
But
yeah, Gary,
Well, guys,
when you went
I
to
got to
SWAT,
call
you
it
should.
tonight. I'm glad I was able to finally get back in a meeting for more than 5 or 10 minutes.
Definitely, Doug. Definitely. Hey, Doug, be on the lookout for a Zoom meeting link for you to partake in on the planning end of it here in sometime between now and the 9th of September.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out for it.
Are you still going to send me anything, Dane?
Yes, ma'am. All y'all that are on the planning committee that I made contact with and that Scott made contact with, I'll be sending that link out to all y'all in the next between now and the 9th or 10th of September.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Hey,
Sounds great.
Is anybody else going to the Rocky Mountain Woodburning Symposium?
Negative, Ghost Racer.
Nobody.
Not I'm.
I think they all spent
I
their
mean,
spot.
Billy, you going?
No.
Oh, okay.
I got tickets to it this morning.
Are you going?
Yeah.
Check with Clint, see if Clint's going to go.
Where is it? Is it in Denver?
No, it's in Colorado.
Last time I looked, Denver was in Colorado.
I'm trying to think of the name. I'm looking it up.
That's that American education system right there.
Yeah, Denver used to be in Colorado.
Hang on, I'm looking though. It's not Denver. It's just Colorado.
It was Denver was in Colorado earlier this year when I drove through it.
I'll
Hey,
check
brother,
my
that's all
map
right.
tomorrow when I'm
Just tells
back
you
in the
nobody is
classroom.
safe
I'll
on here.
verify it.
Right.
It's
You
level
ask
flags.
you ask your student aid tomorrow, right? Right, Dad?
It's
It's
Loveland.
I need y'all to clear something up for me. Where's Denver at? What state is that in?
You say it's Loveland?
Is that in Ohio?
Loveland.
Oh shit!
That
Kelly
was
got
good.
a new nickname. I'm gonna start calling him Colorado.
There you go.
Well, alrighty, guys. Thanks for the laughs. Good seeing y'all again. And I'll
right,
do my
Doug.
best to be here next Wednesday.
Sounds
Yeah,
great.
thanks.
Take
Good
care.
talking to you,
Resurrecting
Doug.
a shitty
All
old
righty.
memory.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Loveland is north of Denver, just south of Fort Collins.
Yeah, and Fort Collins is where Trent Bosch's shop is, and there's an open house the day before with demos and food and all kinds of shit.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
cool.
You Kelly, you won't hardly know you went from Denver to Loveland, because if you don't see the sign, you might not even know you went from one to the other.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, it looked like it's about an hour north of Denver.
So I would imagine Cindy Droja will be in there. Is that right?
Boy.
Oh, I know. But she lives in Colorado.
I'm frozen.
Well, if she lives in Denver, she'll probably be there.
Yeah.
This week, she's with Todd and Shelley Raines and just outside of Dallas and Allen.
Okay.
Hey, Kelly, did you and Brooklyn finish up your project?
No, she had homework, and then I heard her in there playing the piano. She never came in here and finished it. I had to run anyway. I had to go take a look at it leak, but I ain't doing it.
I see.
I got my sub. I told my sub he had a job to do in the morning because I wasn't about to do it. It's under a trailer. It's the waistline.
Yuck.
And it's hidden up somewhere underneath hidden up somewhere above the insulation, and all the tarp is sagging from as far as I could see. I took one look under there and I said no.
Took a long time to decide, huh?
No, especially not tonight.
Brooklyn was at SWAT with Kelly. I just didn't see a whole lot of her.
Yeah, she was down there turning pins most of the time.
Oh,
she
cool.
sat there a few demos. A couple demos she liked.
Okay,
Yeah, that one that I got a selfie of, the three of us.
Yeah.
That was Nick Niclose, right? I mean, Lauren Niclose.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But about I'd say maybe 30 minutes into that, we both at the same time whispered to each other, let's get out of here. Boring.
Too quiet, guys.
I know, right?
We're thinking.
That's
The
dangerous
question.
thing after 3 or 4 hours. Dane, it's so good to see you. I really mean that. I missed you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
That's good, but I was talking about Dean. Did I say Dane?
Oh. I'm not used to Dean being here. Well, shit, damn it. Here, let's try that again.
Thank you,
No,
Mr.
everybody in Colorado is that.
I miss you too, Dane.
Colorado is
I
that.
was really-
No. Don't be nice.
Oh, Lord.
I didn't miss you, Dane.
Nobody asked you, Billy.
That was rich.
Tough crowd tonight.
Yeah.
Always.
Carrying on from last week, I guess.
Good to see nothing's changed.
I know
man.
some folks that missed coming to SWAT.
Right, Dean?
That's the whole deal.
Yeah.
I got a question for everybody. Tell me that he's still up and around. What happened to John Brown?
I don't recognize that name.
I haven't heard.
I've been curious about Bob Moffett.
Yeah, me too.
Bob,
but
well,
he
Bob is just pulled back. Ron Brown, he.
Very old man.
I want to say Andy. I asked Andy about 6 months ago if he'd heard anything on Ron, and that he hadn't been able to get back out to the workshop there that's provided for the home that he lives in, and that he was still doing good, about 6 months ago. But beyond that, I can't remember the specifics. But his health had failed to where.
Wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was in senior living quarters.
That's right.
Oh crap!
Yeah, old Ron Brown, the little short guy, and God, he was 83, 82.
Yep, always turning stuff in the shop of the senior center.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
He even did a demo for us.
Off our radar. I just wondered if anybody had heard.
And what were you saying about Bob, Dane?
So Bob is just pulled back. He's just so deeply depressed with the passing of his wife, which will be a year come, 3 days after Thanksgiving from last year. He pops in every now and then. It's just he doesn't have any motivation to get back out in the shop and
it takes
to come on here.
It can take 5 to 10 years. I'll be honest with you. It took me at least 5 when my husband died. So it takes a while. And I still come to tears when the family starts talking about him, and it's been 11 years. So yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. Somebody you shared your whole life with, or most of your life with.
Exactly.
Yeah, no joke. I can't imagine.
I can't either.
We celebrate in December will be our 50th. And I can't imagine not having her here.
Yeah. For
welcome to the club, Billy Burke. The wife and I are on.
Wait, you froze. What year?
He had a heart attack.
And his camera went black.
Couldn't handle it.
Yeah, we froze up there.
Okay, what was it? My wife and I are on
54.
Oh,
54.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And and I've met more wood turners that have had long marriages than any other group. Almost every club has several 50 golden anniversary people.
That's because
my
wife and I have been together 40 years, but she says I'm still on a trial basis.
Well, mine tells me that every morning.
What'd you say, Kelly?
I was going to say, me and Joey have been married 10 years, but it feels like 100.
Oh my gosh.
The reason we all stay married so long is we're in the shop all the time. We're never in the house.
That may be a good point.
Amen, brother.
Me and Tina's been married for 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah. 45.
My wife tells me that she wouldn't take $1 million for me, but she wouldn't give a plug nickel for another one just like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm afraid
my
I
wife
may
be in the same
resemble that
boat.
remark.
I don't know. I think mine might sell me for $5 or less.
Depends on the day, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
Usually.
What day of the week it is and what side of the bed she wakes up on.
Yeah.
We celebrated 60 last year.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
That's
Great.
That's
Joaquin.
awesome.
That's
Case
awesome.
in point there, Joaquin. How long you been turning now, Joaquin? 60?
15 years. Well, I was fishing before turning.
Well, right, but you were a pipe fitter though, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So you're always gone and working. So, yep.
Oh yeah, 24/7.
Right. Yeah. Amen. I think it has to do with hardworking people with their hands.
Yeah. She would go to committee meetings, at school, PTAs. Are you married? Because I never was there for first.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, who's this? Right?
Been good. Been fantastic.
Yep. And that's how, after a while, you just feel about your marriage.
Right.
He was fantastic. So, yeah.
Well, my
Yeah.
wife and I worked side by side in the same business for almost 30 years.
Wow.
So
Wow.
we, I
If
guess
my
we
wife
kind
and
of
I had-
beat the odds.
Yeah.
Right.
If my wife and I had done that, we might not still be together.
Well, I know that my husband and I wouldn't be together. I would have killed him.
And me and my wife started off in the Air Force fraternizing together. First, we started working together. Me being the higher ranking, and then we started, having relations. Of which,
so she was one of those that
you ain't
fraternized
supposed
with
to have.
Oh wait, those good days.
She was fraternizing with the upper level folks. Huh?
Yes, and we had the same supervisor. And when, like 2 days before we got married, I finally sat my supervisor. Got some bad news for you. Me and her are getting married. You're going to have, so consequently, you're going to have to move one of us out of the work center. And nobody was the wiser. Nobody had any idea that we were seeing each other. And even though at that time we were already shacking up together. Granted, it was only for a few months, 3 months, but it was a whirlwind.
Yeah, I bet things got interesting about then, didn't they?
Well, yeah, because he was going, he was going to lose one way or the other. He was going to lose an outstanding worker, but he couldn't believe how professional that we kept things between us. At the work center, I'd bark orders at her, and she'd bark back at the reason why it couldn't be done, and I'd be like, well, there's your TO, go figure out how to get it done, and then come back to me with the results, and that would be the end of it. And there wasn't any hanky-panky going on or anything like that, so, we kind of knew at that moment, we'd be able to coexist together, even after we made it legal. So, yeah, it was good. It's all been good.
That's wonderful.
Right.
How did you feel about your new position?
I'm not the one that got moved. She got moved next door. Still worked underneath the same NCYC, but she got moved over to the base service store, and I stayed in individual equipment. For those in the Air Force that know what those acronyms are.
Yep.
Yep. Good times. No, she's been a good woman. She supported me in everything I've done, supported me going, being the person behind me, yeah, you only need about 4 hours of sleep, go drive everywhere in Germany to the various installations so you can get your schooling done. And, and that's what I did.
I'll tell you how good mine is. If she's out driving somewhere and she sees wood or something out along the curb, she'll come home and tell me, honey, there's some wood out there.
Yeah, mine will too. And
mine does that.
Yeah, and if it back then, if it wasn't too big, she would pick it up and throw it in the back of the minivan and bring it. Look what I brought you. I'm like, well, shit, hell yeah! How'd you get that in the back of there? She's like, oh, I put it in the back. I'm like, oh wow, you could have called me. I would have came.
Yep.
Well, years ago, I was out shopping for a new rifle because back then I did quite a bit of hunting. And my wife called me up. She says, you had looked at a bison hunt on eBay. I said, yeah, I did. Said, but that's going to go for way more money than what I'm going to want to spend for a bison hunt. She goes, well, did you really want to go? I said, oh, I'd love to go, but it's going to go for way more money than I want to spend. She said, well, I just bought it for you.
Right.
What a wife.
Yeah.
I thought maybe she was calling you up and it was like at 8 o'clock at night and she goes, hey, why don't you come out here on Route 1, whatever. There's a whole bunch of deer out here in the field, and I got a spotlight on them for you right now.
There you go.
Hey, I get all giddy when she green lights a tool.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife's always good about, well, get what you want, don't go cheap on it. And then in fact, she used that saying on me the other day. I had to get a new shot speaker. My old one went out. And she goes, what's that saying that you always use when it comes to, your lathe equipment? Buy once, cry once. Why are you getting ready to buy a cheap shot speaker for? Get yourself a good one.
That sounds like
use it every day. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I did. Then I turned it on for her and she's like, holy shit, did you have to get one that loud? And I'm like, no, I guess I didn't.
What'd you do? Get a Bose?
No, I got one of them tree bits. It's 150 watt. Got all the lights and shit on it too.
Put some sound in that shop, huh?
Oh yeah, it really puts some sound in. Be waking up my Chinaman with my garage door closed now. He'll be coming. The music, so loud, and he'll stand out in the middle of the street when he's got a noise complaint against me. He's afraid to come over and knock on my door. I've never said boo to him other than the fact it's not even 10 o'clock at night. Go on back to your house. When it's 10 o'clock, I'll turn the music down. Beyond that, go away. Leave me alone, little man.
Yeah, but you always got your gun on your hip, so he's probably scared of you.
Oh shit, that's the reason why. Yeah, when I'm going out, always pick it up and slap it on the side. I try not to wear it during the meetings, especially when we got English folks on or Canadians, they get scared.
They get a little nervous.
That's kind of like an inside funny for those that go to Martin Clarkson's meeting on Wednesdays during the morning. One time I'd left a piece on my backside and I'd got up to go over here to the lathe and grab one of my, whatever it was I was going to show for show and tell. And so when I got up, there's my piece. And as immediately as I'm getting up to go to get the piece, several of them started going, tell me you're not an American without telling me you're an American, or tell me you're an American without telling me you're an American. And I sit back down and I'm ready to show my piece, and they're all having a discussion, about sidearms and weapons. And, oh, it must be nice to be an American to be able to carry a gun openly like that. I'm like, oh, that's right. You guys can't do that over there, can you? Hell, they can't They can't even carry a big knife.
Yeah, I think you got to go through a lot just to have one, much less carry it.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Yeah, so it was kind of.
They got a fair number of shotgun shooters over there, but there's and hunters too, but there's a lot of hoops they have to jump through.
Yeah, but and the majority of it, they got to go to sanctioned, AKA rod and gun clubs to be able to go shooting.
Oh man! All right, guys, I'm going to bed. See you later.
See you, Kelly.
All right, Kelly. Come back when you can stay long.
Take care, Kelly. Good night, Kelly.
Bye later.
Cutting out too. I'm pushing my luck with the skunks in my yard, so I'm going in. Good night, all.
Good night, Sue.
Good
night, Sue.
Get yourself some wine so you sleep good tonight.
Yeah, really.
Yep. Bye.
Oh, Sue, you have a skunk issue, do you?
She's gone.
Is she gone? Crap.
Yeah.
Dean, I don't think you built that shop big enough.
Well, maybe not. I had decided that I might downsize a little bit, but what y'all are saying about the wife, my wife told me, no, you can't get all that equipment in there. I'm like, how much do you think I've got?
And you're building a 30 by 50?
30 by 50.
Yeah, mine's 20 by 40. 800 square feet is enough for what I have. It was more than enough for what I had when I moved into it. You're going to discover with a bigger shop, you're going to fill it up.
Yeah,
I figure that's the case. I'm going to build an office and a little showroom, gallery, whatever you want to call it. So the first either 12 or 14 feet, depending on which plan I go with, will be off. We'll just call it office space. The rest of it will be shop space.
So,
but that'll include my reloading room and my shop. So
then you got to add on at least 14 feet.
Yeah.
Another 14 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
For your dust collection and your bathroom.
Well, I got the bathroom right up front, but the dust collection, I am going to put just kind of a little bump out on the back.
I would put it in a separate room on the side of the shop. That's where I've got mine, and I love it.
And I was planning on making that big enough to have the dust collector and the air compressor out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
wish
idea.
my air compressor was out there.
Because that's the two loudest things. And besides that, if my dust collector's out there, I can get to it from the outside. So when I go to dump it, I'm not walking through the shop or, dealing with dust popping up inside.
That's a good idea, Dean.
But other than that, it'll just be a square building or a rectangular building, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, you make me jealous. My shop's not going to be nowhere near that big. I'm going to have the same footprint outside as what I've got inside here. About 16 by 16.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, it's small, Dean.
Well, he's going to double his shop size because there's no way his wife's getting that car in that garage.
Yeah.
Right? Just don't tell her that. I can't move all this shit out there. I told you I wanted something bigger. I wanted to cut the citrus down.
You gotta have some place to store the wood that's in the shop now so you can get more machines.
There you go.
Right? Yep. Yeah.
I've never had a car in the garage. I once had a boat in the garage, but never a car.
Hey, Joaquin, you know what I used to tell my wife? This is when she was still working, and she retired in 2012. And she would always complain about, not being able to park the car inside the garage. And I'd tell her, I go, you realize your car sits out in the sunlight all during the day. You go to work in the morning when it's dark, and you get home at night when it's dark. I go, so the sun's only on your car while you're at work. Why does it need to sit inside the garage when it's home? And so she came around to my way of thinking on that, after, mulling that around for a week or two. And then when she retired, she's like, all right, now I'm retired. I want to park my car inside the garage. And I'm like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do with all my equipment? And she's like, well, that sucks. So I bought in I could have been parking my car in there, from the time we bought this house before you had all this equipment. I'm like, well, yeah, you could have, is what it is.
So Joaquin, I got a 16 by 24 shop and a 22 by 24 garage, and my cars still don't fit in the garage.
Both of ours fit in our garage, but one side is about 4 foot shorter than the other. So her Odyssey fits in one side, and my little mid-size SUV just barely fits in the other. But it fits, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I am looking forward to doing it, because then I'll be able to, I'm also going to make off on one end, an area for my metalworking, my forging activities. So I can oil quench my high-speed tools when I reshape them on the grinder, so I can oil quench them.
Well, see, I have a benefit there. 15 feet from my shop will be my brother-in-law's shop, and he does all the metal work and stuff.
Oh, hell.
Oh boy, you got her made.
So Joaquin, you missed out on an early discussion with one of the resident know-it-alls about needing to quench your high-speed steel tool whenever you reshape it and sharpen it on the grinder.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they know that they cut steel with M2 steel? Do they know they use M2 steel to cut with on a metal lathe?
Not this know-it-all, and not all the know-it-alls that follow this know-it-all.
Well, please correct me if I'm wrong, and I heard that and I didn't say anything, but I was told on high-speed steel you did not quench it.
No, it hardens it.
Correct.
It don't need to be.
There's no reason.
On a grinder, you can't bring it up to temperature to remove any hardness.
No, you can't.
No.
Right by the color chart, blue is about 600 degrees.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
And it's not, you're not going to get it long enough.
No,
you got to get it to remove the temperature. You got to get it to 2,000 Fahrenheit to even start touching it.
I was going to say about 2,000 degrees.
Yeah, you're not going to remove
the temperature. This know-it-all woman started arguing about it on, in the chat about it.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the show.
I can't read the chat and watch the screen at the same time. Who was arguing?
Ruby.
Oh, okay.
Now carbon steel, you can remove the temper of carbon steel.
Right.
Carbon steel
on a grinder.
Yeah, right. Carbon steel you can, but not high-speed steel.
Not high-speed steel. You're not going to hurt a single high-speed steel with any grinding wheel you use.
Right.
Low speed, high speed, it don't matter.
Right. Even if you take 01 to a grinder and you turn it
you're
blue,
not going to remove it.
You still haven't removed the hardness of the steel. You may have lost a little bit of case tempering on the outside edge, but you haven't changed the molecular structure of that steel, because it's got to be over 1,500 degrees on 01 just to even begin to harden it.
Yep.
My dad was a tool and die maker, and he was the hardening foreman for the die shop in a big factory. And I learned a lot about hardening different types of steel, and most everything's got to be 1,500 degrees or higher before you can even start to harden it.
Right. Yeah.
Blue's not even touching it. You got to get it to the strawberry collar before it. Strawberry straw collar before it.
Oh, yeah.
You're changing before you're changing the components of those steel components that are in there. Between the carbon and everything else that's in it. Joaquin, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep, I sure do.
If you really want to learn how to harden steel, go back to the TV show Forged in Fire and watch them take different types of steel and weld them together in a forge, and then go back and re-harden those pieces of steel.
I watch it all the time.
And after they harden it, watch them grind, how hard they grind on there to get that knife edge.
Right.
Yeah. Well, if you've ever seen Doug Thompson shape a tool, oh my God.
20 seconds.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's got his video on now. I mean, he's just laying into it.
Yeah. When that guy goes to sharpen a tool, you better watch close. It don't take long.
Into water or oil. Get that shit out of here, you self-professed know-it-all.
The only reason I dunk mine in water after I've been grinding on one, if I'm reshaping it or whatever, is to get it cool enough for me to touch to bring it back to the lathe.
Because it's hot. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but actually you're causing stress cracks in it by dunking it in water after you've ground it and got it so hot you can't hold on to it. You put stress cracks in it the minute you dunk it in that water. You're actually weakening the steel, not making it better.
It's thin, and
I
then you'll
actually
notice
spray it with water. I don't dunk it.
You'll notice when you go, if you dunk it in if you dunk it in anything, and you go back and you put it on the grinder with tool steel, you'll notice whatever you were working on, you're going to be putting on a brand new edge because that top edge broke off because of the little stress fractures that was created by dunking it in water.
Yep.
I have not had that happen yet, so I'm doing okay.
And if it doesn't break off at the grinder, then when you're back at your wood turning piece, and the next thing you know, you got a little jagged edge. Well, it broke initially over when you dunked it in the water, and then when you hit it against the wood, that's where it came off at.
Yeah, I have not had that happen, so I'm not hurting what I'm doing. And I don't dunk it. I spray it with a spray bottle.
Right. Yeah, you're talking about spraying it down there where you're touching it.
Yeah.
Holding it. Yeah.
Yeah. Spraying it's different than dunking it. You know.
I don't dunk it. I spray it.
So my question is, we got 18 people on, but only 4 people are talking.
I'm back now. So.
Oh, I should start removing some folks.
Hey, Dan, where are you?
Carl got up and went to the bathroom.
Dan's speaker's not working. His microphone's not working tonight.
Roger's just taking it all in.
Yeah, no, Roger's good.
I got a question.
Potty boy. Yeah.
Okay, I did the write-up for the article or for the newspaper.
Yep.
Was it good enough, you think?
I thought it was great.
All right.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I mean, it was better than I could do.
What I'm thinking of doing next.
Oh, wow.
Highlight me?
Let me get you. Working on it.
That's cool.
Beautiful.
Roger, that's a hard way.
I got him, Dan.
Nice.
All right.
Well.
Yep.
Yeah, that looks good.
Nice.
Yeah, that looks great.
Very good.
No, I thought it was a good write-up, and JJ squeezed everything in there good. So yeah, no problem with that at all.
Or this one. This is a staved vessel that's laminated.
Do the stave write-up because that's
I vote for the stave.
So now you got the process for doing the staves plus laying out the design. Yeah,
the
do
lamination.
That one, Roger.
Yeah, I would do that one, Roger.
Have you got that on an angle, Roger? Is it
What's that?
Oh, and then look at that.
Oh, that's pretty too.
Wow.
Yeah, those staves are in both pieces. Those staves are cut at multi-angles.
No, they're not.
Yes. No.
Same thickness all the way down. Same dimension all the way down. Same thickness.
Yep.
Or width.
But it's
the curve
set on the lathe at an angle.
Off center turning.
Neat.
Got you.
Cool.
It's beautiful though.
Fantastic.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah,
Roger.
that's very nice.
That'd be great.
Yeah, either one of those.
Oh,
Yeah, either one.
Well,
for building it, it's the same thing.
Yep.
Right,
It's
right.
just how you turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Dane, has anybody told Dean about Level Up?
I don't know.
No, so Dean,
Yes, sir.
we are having our first, can't call it annual because it's going to be in September of 2026. So September 17th through the 20th of 2026 up in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. We're going to have our first Worldwide Wood Turners get together.
That's 2026.
2026.
2 years from now. 2 years and 1 month, basically.
Right, gonna start on my birthday, guys. I expect presents.
Right?
And where's it going to be?
Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin.
There you go.
Okay.
So Scott secured a Lions Club. We're going to use the compound up there. It's got a 10-acre pond, so you can go fishing, go catch some bullfrogs.
It's going to be a hands-on deal.
We're gonna. So right now, and then we got another commitment of 3 lays, net 3 lays, Scott. So we're now at 21. And so currently I've got it set up where there's going to be 4 pods.
4 sessions.
Well, I'm
4 2-hour pods.
4 sessions a day. And then there's going to be 4 pods. Within each pod, there's going to be 4 lays. There's going to be 3 instructors/mentors. Throughout the course of the project, whatever a person signs up for, they're going to be able to complete a project, from day 1 to day 3. By the time they leave, they'll be able to complete a project that they're wanting to do. It could be a project that be completed in 2 sessions in 1 day, based on what that project is by the mentor/instructor. It's going to be fully hands-on, where you're going to be learning. So within that pod, there's going to be, like I said, there's going to be the 3 instructors. So you're going to have specialized tutor leads going on. And then we plan on having 2 stations for a, oh, wow, look at, this is a really cool project. And then somebody can be, sitting over in the audience and watch that. And then they could be going, oh, wow, how do you do that? And then they can say, well, why don't you come on up here and I'll show you how to do it. And show you how to do it. And they go sit back down and they carry on, doing the project. It's going to allow also for the instructors/mentors to be able to sit in and be the learnee, learning a new trick or learn how to do a new project. So we got that going on.
Sounds awesome, man.
Since last time you've been on. Yeah, Billy.
Does that lathe count include Tim Hatch's 2 lathes?
Yeah, that includes the update from you and Billy, or you and Tim. Yes.
Okay, so you got me down
2.
for him.
I got you down for 2, and I got Timmy down for 3.
Okay, because he told me he was going to bring his trailer down, and we'll load up my 2014 and my little 10-inch Delta.
Right, your 2 plus his 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that gives me 2 years to get my membership back in good standing, huh?
That's right.
Your membership's always good, Dean.
There's also going to be 4 other classes in those same pods.
Yeah.
Right. And then, so that's 1 pod, so you got, so you're going to have that going on with, 4 lays here, 4 lays there, 4 lays there, 4 lays there. Oh, and then we're also going to have, hopefully at least 4 off lathe activities going on throughout, for 4 sessions during the day. And then at the end of the day, we're going to have social hour. And we're going to sling burgers and hot dogs and bratwurst and libations. And
pig roast on Saturday night.
And then a pig roast on the final night.
Oh, that sounds good.
Sue, we'll find a way for you to get here.
No
I'm gonna
turning
fly
after the
up,
bar open.
unless someone's driving. I'm gonna fly up, and I'll have my.
If somebody starts drinking at 9 a.m., they are not allowed to touch a tool.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Oh, that's smart.
Period.
Even one beer, nothing. Exactly.
To include myself.
Oh, well, yeah, me too.
You know, so
Don't también.
Reserve that
should be a good
after
time.
we close the lays off in the evenings.
Yep.
Well, that's kind of the way it is at my shop anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
that's the way it is at mine.
Well, it's not that way for me, but you know, that's just me. So I have a limit. Then I don't use tools. But,
I cut my finger and hadn't had a damn thing to drink all night.
see,
Until I cut
all
my finger.
and all the
Now,
other times you did, and all the other times you had a snort and it didn't bother you.
Yeah.
Need to cleanse it from the
Reminds me of a
inside.
buddy of mine. He'd been drinking and he went out to get on his motorcycle to go home, and neighbors said, "You're not going to get on that thing after you've been drinking, are you?" He says, "You don't think I'd get on it sober, do you?"
About the truth, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, so we're still, you know, Scott and we've been milling around for over a year now. I didn't even, you know, Scott told me it'd been a year we've been talking about it, and I didn't even realize it'd been a year that we've been talking about it. And you know, so we started doing the legwork on it. You know, he went out and found a place. You know, the rent's super cheap for us. You know, and that's the other thing too. You know, the price to come is going to be super affordable for anyone and everyone. And it's going to be, you know, put on by us for us, with the focus, you know, for the instructors / mentors, totally coming from within worldwide wood turners, and not per se, you know, some person that's not a member, and then I want to join the Facebook group and start coming to the meetings because they want to come to it, and try to get the clout or get the shine on them. It's not going to be any of that. Looks like we're probably going to have maybe 5 to 8 people from Europe coming over.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic. I'd love to meet all those guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, I just meet.
Yeah. I'd love to sit and have a pint with Martin. That would be.
Oh, that'd be cool.
You and me both.
The one I'm going to have pints with is going to be Chris Parker or Eddie Elliott.
Yes, Eddie. We'll have to translate for him for Eddie, though.
Yeah, well, and for Chris.
Well, Chris ain't quite as bad as Eddie.
Well,
Okay, so who's Eddie?
Yeah. These are Englishmen.
Okay.
No, Eddie's a Scots.
No, Scottish. And Chris Parker, he's a Geordie. He's up over on the Welsh side.
Okay.
So they have, you know, really hard dialects. And then Matthias may come over. He's got interest in coming over. So I'll be doing the Deutsch translation for him.
The one that did the demo for us, Billy?
Yeah.
From Sweden?
Yeah.
In the end of May. He's thinking about, you know, and so one of the things that, you know, me and Scott want to do, you know, for the guys, you know, should they come over, over and above, you know, 100% Martin Clarkson's coming. So Martin Clarkson, Eddie Elliott, Chris Parker, Paul Hannaby, possibly Barry Tigg.
Terry Bry sounded pretty interested.
Terry Bry might come over. Matthias Beer may come over. A German named Beer, Beer, Dean. What a gem of a man. And he could fit in my pocket. I could put him in my pocket. He's just a little spry fella.
Little bitty guy, huh?
Well, yeah, he's just a little bitty guy.
Dane, wait.
There's like 8 of them that would come in. And so what we would like to do is figure out a way, and it's just a matter, making contact, one, depends on whether or not they're going to come over. 2, if we can get some area clubs.
Right.
Hey, how would you like to have a demonstration done by one of these European elite turners?
Yeah.
I don't see why a club wouldn't want to pay for that. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. Especially if they didn't have to pay airfare over.
Go around for a 2-week tour of greater
Midwest,
greater upper Midwest. Chicago to Minneapolis to hell, even down to Detroit. If the guild is there, why not? And that's the least we can do for them. Wanting, because they haven't asked me about any of this. They're just interested in coming over because they want to be a part of us.
Well, that's like
Right,
every
Gary?
year at SWAT, Houston brings in one of the named speakers that's going to be speaking at SWAT, and then has a couple of days one-on-one training with them that people pay for. So it helps them, to justify their trip to SWAT, make a little extra.
Yeah.
So,
David, please cut that out of the after hours chat. I do not want that to be published.
What was that?
What we just talked about.
All right.
The recording.
Yeah.
So all y'all that just heard so this is all between us, all right? So there's more of you on here there's some of you on here that I really don't have that great of a relationship with, so I don't know whether you got loose lips or not. So I'm just saying right now, do not repeat what I said. And so I hope everybody understands that without being offended. And if you are, can't help that either. So
I'm not sure I heard what you said.
Yeah,
You said what?
Say something?
I
It's a
appreciate
senior
it.
moment.
did you say something, Dane?
Yeah, you're drinking too much. You're mumbling.
But